Hello, everyone. My name is Aquila or Aquila, anything goes. I've been a personal trainer for about 6 years. We only thought about online coaching during the pandemic. I never really thought about it after, not really seriously until I met Farah. So Farah is a client of mine. She's training with me. Currently, I'm dating a trainer, and we've always talked about fitness. We've always talked about anything that involves fitness, business. We've always talked about it. And Farah kind of saw the chemistry there and also the business opportunity there, which I never
Mm.
really saw. I never really saw the potential there. So she was asking me about, if me and Brian, that's the coach, ever thought about online coaching, like digital products. And I didn't really think about it seriously until she launched the low ticket offer
Low ticket
course,
launch.
the online course. After that, it kind of like, okay, it's time to get the ball rolling. I finally kind of really got into it seriously because I knew that at some point I can't really be doing this like full time forever and ever because I only have a limited slot. Like when I went into personal training, I knew I loved training people. I knew I love health and fitness. I've loved this industry since I was 16. I knew what I wanted to do in my life, but it was just like a sense of career development. That was like a ticking bomb for me. It's like I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the what is my career advancement? Is it to train athletes? Is it to do this? Is it to do that? And Fire kind of gave me the clarity to like, there's a lot of opportunities, not just like training athletes, which I was not interested in. I, as much as a lot of trainers here, they started out with general population and then eventually wanting to go into like bodybuilding and training athletes. But I was never interested in it. I was never interested in competing. So Farah was like, but that's the thing, that was what was embedded in my mind. Like, eventually I'll have to go this way. I have to go to this path. I have to go for a competition. I have to train bodybuilders. But Farah was the one who kind of like sat me down and be like, yeah, no, you have a lot of opportunities. Like, if you don't believe in this, you can go another route. You can make your own route. You just need someone to like shine some light. Like this isn't the stereotypical route that you should be going for if you don't like this. So I get that. I don't like this route that people keep telling me like I have to go for this bodybuilding thing. Like I'm not interested in that. I just want more and more girls to work out, just get in strength training into their regime, not just run and do cardio and jog. I want people to lift weights, girls especially, regardless of their age. That was what I was fighting for. That's what I'm still fighting for. And so far I was the one who was telling me that if I believe in this thing, like we can do it and we can make it accessible for everybody. Like you don't need to have access to me like one-on-one, like a high ticket product or high ticket service. You can just follow me on Instagram. But no, seriously though, like they can get access to me and ask me questions and also like buy low ticket products. I guess like online coaching is cheaper with me, so that was initially what I'm fighting for. Like I want it to be accessible to as much people as we can. The information that I tell people isn't something that is new. The information that we trainers tell the general public isn't something new, that you can get it online. If you Google hard enough, there's some ethical websites out there and there's fitfluencers that has this information ready made. So I was like, oh, why would people be bothered by me? Like, why can't they just like go there? Like, why can't I just send them this link of like a random YouTuber explaining this stuff, like YouTube links to like clients to explain about calorie deficit, let's say, and they never watch the video. They never watch the video. But then when I post something on IG, then they'll respond. They'll be like, "Oh, so this is a calorie deficit." So I'm like, I guess people respond better if it's from me. I
Someone
guess
they
so. That
trust.
was what that was what Farah like highlighted. Like people like personal touches, I guess. People like someone with a soul, someone that they know has a soul, someone who can vibe with them. Yes, yeah, that was the initial like insecurity. Like, the information is out there. Why should I be bothered to do this? Oh yeah, nobody's gonna read this. And then I get my first client and read my e-guide, and that was amazing.
So how would you describe your experience working with me?
Torture. She pressures me all the time. Malas. No, she told me that I'm supposed to do the sales first and then figure out the rest. And so I had to do the sales first. And when people signed up, I panicked because I didn't have the product in hand. So I had to have like a few nights, sleepless nights. Imagine that. People signed up, which is actually like, I actually appreciate that advice. I've never heard of that advice like all this while. Like, how old am I? 26 years old. I've never heard of that advice. Like, make the sales first and then do the product, because I've always done the product first and then did the sale, and essentially the sale never made it. So it was like, oh my god, I wasted this much time for this product that wasn't even gonna sell. So it's like, this is a great method, but also it's like catastrophe lah. Like I'm like trying to balance out life. Oh my god, I have to do this, I have to do that. Oh my god, I'm rushing because I have to start immediately your program. So that was interesting, working under pressure. If it wasn't because of the pressure, I think I wouldn't have done the e-guide. So Farah convinced me about, after the low ticket launch, Farah kind of convinced me to make something, a workbook, a diary, anything. And so one thing that I wanted to do was an e-guide to my, that was probably going to be useful for my current clients anyway, because they always ask me how to actually calorie count and what's the significance of calorie counting? How does it work anyway? Like how does calories work anyway? And it's very hard to describe and explain it in like a 1 hour session with me. I mean, you're supposed to train with me and I have to like talk about, like give a TED talk about calories. So it's a little bit hard for me to like immediately on the spot explain everything in detail. So I wanted to, I after that workshop, it kind of, the light bulb was like on, and I knew that I needed to make this ebook. So after an online client signed up, I had to like rush everything. I had to make a 30-page e-guide on how to count calories. I had to take pictures, this and that, like literally pictures of me weighing my food. So that, and then I had to like write down this like every instruction known to man and all the science behind why we calorie count in the first place, to make my clients understand why we do it. Essentially, that took some time, but it came out beautifully. It's like my baby now. I understand when you said like, yeah, I understand when you said like your like guidebooks and your workbooks is like a baby. I feel that too. It's like my e-guide is like my baby. If I had an easier way, a smarter way to do it, to market myself to the general public, why not I opt for that? Really active on Instagram, and people actually reach out to me. People ask me questions all the time. And it's amazing how social media works. It's amazing how many clients I've had from Instagram and who are still training with me. First online client that had access to the ebook was this math geek. So yeah, that's all I can say about this person. So she just loves numbers. She works well with numbers. And just in the ebook, I was saying that you can use MyFitnessPal app. That's an app to count your calories, and you don't need to buy it anyway. You don't need to buy the premium one. It's already quite useful. It wouldn't have been a success if it wasn't for that ebook per se, because she ended up, after reading that book and after a week of using it, because her goal is to try to lose fat. After just a week, she actually bought the premium one. And I'm like, I don't even have the premium one. Clients, so like even in the e-guide, like I never asked them to like buy the premium one. You can just settle for the free version and you're good to go. So she's way more confident in terms of like the nutrition labels. So it wouldn't have been able to skyrocket to that point where she's really like in the zone if it wasn't for that ebook. So I'm really grateful for that ebook specifically. It's one of those success stories. She's currently just finishing up her first batch of fat loss, of being on a deficit, and she just renewed. She's supposed to renew today, lah. Yeah, she's supposed to renew today. She just asked for the invoice. So yeah. She's not just like a one-time client. She's renewing for the next 4 weeks, and hopefully she was talking about up until August as well. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully I
So
get
it's a
to
recurring income.
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats. What would you say to people on the fence who are not sure about having me as their coach?
Ay, pigila ka mo sa masifara ba? Apalagi you wanna berdiri atas the fence. Just jump, man. Just jump into it. She's a lovely person to work with, and she actually cares about you. It's not just like about money. It's not. I don't. Yeah. I don't think. Not a moment went through my mind like she's just chasing after your money now. It's genuinely trying to grow people's brands, and she talked about trying to grow local brands, which is what we want in KK. We want that in Sabah. We want everybody to grow. This isn't like just me. Like I don't want myself, just myself, being a personal trainer that grows in Sabah and KK. I want other personal trainers to get their online coaching into to the public. Like I want my other like friends who are trainers to get into this zone. I want them to be able to do online coach. That was a brand coach, and she's like this girl from Australia. And I don't know what was it. I don't know what we were talking about. And then she answered me, "No, I'm not really interested to like help the global brands. I want to help out the local brands first." And that kind of was like, wow, damn. That was like, wow, this girl is really genuine. She wants to help out the people in Sabah, which is what we want now. People are like still they still don't see the value in trying to digitalize what they have. Something that I really changed my mind a lot about in 2023. Like I thought it was only gonna be like only like an online business opportunity for like personal training. But actually, if you're like waxing somebody's eyebrows, you can actually do a digital product. That was something that I never thought about. So I feel like Farah can try to open up doors for you guys, and for you guys to see something at the end of that tunnel. Like just some people just can't see that their product or their brands deserves to be digitalized or have an online audience. I think she really convinces me that every business out there, every brand out there can go online. She's like who's that guy's name in Star Wars? Yoda.
Thank you so much, Kila.
I'm stressed out, man. She stresses me out. But it's a great push, though. It's a great push. Yeah. So anybody who wants to upgrade their brand, go for her. It's incredible.